Hi, I'm Mike, and today we wrap up hunting season, well, for this group of hunters, hopefully, as I get a chance to go out and do a little hunting with them. So today we're going to join Jeff, our mechanic, and we're going to figure out if he's a better mechanic or a better hunter on our Wyoming Life. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us once again on our Wyoming Life as we continue to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. This is my buddy Jeff here. You may know him as a mechanic, but honestly, he came out here to hunt, I think, eventually.
Yes, that was the whole point.
Well, today we get a chance to go out with Jeff and look at the hunting prowess that I've been hearing about for the last week. So we're going to give him a chance to show his chops. But first, let's talk a little bit about what you bring with you to hunt antelope here in Northeast Wyoming. What equipment is required?
Yeah, there's some pretty basic stuff that you got to have. First of all, you got to have a tag.
So that's step one.
That's step one.
Get your tag. So what is the rest of your stuff that you have to get ready?
The rest of the stuff is also important too. My rifle here is a Ruger Model 77, chambered in .270 Winchester. It'll shoot 300 or 400 yards really accurately. Then I got a pair of binoculars that I can put up and look for, almost 1,000 yards. I also have a laser rangefinder, so when I get out there, I can put it on the antelope, push the little button on the top here, and then it will tell me how far away it is.
So sometimes hunts are long and drawn out.
Sometimes, yes.
And occasionally they're not. And this morning we're actually pretty lucky because we have a small herd of antelope that are literally only a few hundred yards away from us as we stand here right now.
That's almost in your front yard.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we're probably going to go to my backyard to find out where they're at and what they're doing. So we're going to head over there and take a look, and we'll see if we can get you wrapped up today.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
Let's talk about the safety thing really quick. What are the regs on orange for hunting?
Yeah, you have to have, in Wyoming, you have to have the amount of orange that just happens to be this cap. And it's got to be on top of your head at all times when you're out in the field, so that you can be seen by other hunters, because the last thing you want to do is to shoot one of your buddies or even somebody that you don't know.
In Wyoming, we call that pulling a chainee.
Exactly. We also choose to wear our bright orange shirts because it does make it a lot safer. I can see the hat from 200 or 300 yards. I can see the shirt for 1,000 yards. Mm-hmm. And then it's got a really nice logo on the back here saying Pronghorn Posse.
And that's your group of six.
And that's our group of six.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, today I'm part of that group. We're going to go out and see how this whole thing works.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Our first stop is literally in my backyard. There's a herd of a few pronghorn antelope only a couple hundred yards away. These does are bedded down, and although it's tempting to take a shot, I'm sure, Jeff decides that it's not the most sporting way to end his season. So it's off to the gator and down the road to make the hunt just a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, when they're sitting like that, it's just not sporting to shoot them while they're sitting. If they'd have stood up, I'd have taken them right then, because then at least they got a chance to run. Right. But sitting on the ground and everything like that, that's just it's not very fair.
I myself have never been much of a hunter. When people ask me why I don't hunt much, I tell them it's because I have freezers full of beef, but in reality, I really just don't have the time. Hunting season for us is an extremely busy time on the ranch. We're moving cows this month, we'll be sorting and selling calves, preg checking, and just getting ready for winter. If I had time to hunt, I might. But it's almost more fun to live through the hunters that visit the ranch. And today marks the very first time that I've actually accompanied one for a hunt.
You want to know why I don't hunt my own land?
No, why do you not hunt your own land?
Because this is like being at work. I really feel like I should be like checking fence or something right now. Yeah. I'm like, oh, there's a fence. I got to fix that piece of fence over there.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I hunted some as a kid, But one thing I learned that surprised me about hunters in general is that it's not always about the hunt or the kill. There's a lot more to it than that.
The opportunity to spend time with family, to make new friends with Mike and Erin. We do it because we're in the outdoors in the wild, and it's a tradition that our family has, passed down to us, and something that I want to pass on to my grandchild.
As Jeff and I continue through the ranch, it's not long until we find more pronghorn, and Jeff can begin moving in closer and closer. Pronghorn, while not an actual antelope, are known as American antelope, pronghorn antelope, or simply antelope, because they closely resemble the antelope of Africa and Asia. Pronghorn were one of the many species of animals that were discovered by the Lewis and Clark expeditions, who found them in what is now South Dakota. Their territory extends from Alberta, Canada, to the Midwest, as far south as Mexico, and west into California. The pronghorn's eyes are on the side of its head, and they have almost a 360-degree field of view. They have a pretty good sense of smell, but they rely on their vision for protection, and it's exactly the reason that they gather and live on the Great Plains. There isn't much out here to block their view, and very little for predators to hide behind. And once a pronghorn catches sight of a threat, they are gone. The pronghorn is the fastest land mammal in the Western Hemisphere, and it can run at speeds of over 55 miles per hour, or almost 90 kilometers per hour. And once they start running, they won't stop until they're out of sight. This makes hunting them an extremely tricky task. And when Jeff catches sight of his next few, high up on the hill, he begins a long and slow trek to get within shooting distance. Starting from over 500 yards away, Jeff moves up through the low areas of the pasture, creeping along and trying to stay out of sight until he can get to the perfect spot and distance. Eventually, he gets where he wants to be, with a distance of about 320 yards between him and the pronghorn.
Got him!
Nice shot, my friend.
That's why we hunt. That wasn't easy. I put my hand on one of them damn cactus I was crawling. I stuck my hand right in the middle of a patch of them.
Really, since you said that, hold on.
Nice job, brother.
350 yards with a crosswind.
Dude, that is a fucking beautiful shot.
Right in the pumper.
350 yards?
350 yards with a little bit of a crosswind. I waited until the wind, she's just standing there with her side to me like that, and it's like, I saw the wind drop a little bit, and it's
Nice
like,
job, pal.
and it's like,
Good job.
all right, baby. I let it fly, I heard the thump, and it's like, I got her.
All right, high five.
She stood there for a minute.
Ah.
She didn't move.
Because the wind's blowing.
Thank you.
The wind's blowing over there.
Thank you.
Yep, we thank the animals.
You're gonna be tasty. Thank you for feeding my family.
You always think.
So with that, another hunting season's in the books. You've got your last antelope. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel great. I
Yeah.
feel great. It feels good to have a real successful hunt and to close the deal out here with everybody getting all their tags filled.
And everybody getting a nice Coors Light.
Really
No,
awesome.
no
Coors Light
sponsorship
here.
there, but there could be,
Everybody?
possibly.
Thank you very much for letting us hunt here.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it, you letting us do that.
I would kiss you, but you still have some
I
fur on your lip.
probably have all kinds of stuff all over me.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. We still have a lot more coming up from hunting season, as I think we are going to go. And what the hell is wrong with you? We are going to go and we are going to do something that we usually do every single year, and that is destroy this hat, which I should put back on. And this hat will be going here. We will have that video for you on Tuesday, so be sure to subscribe. Make sure you follow along as we explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary and have a beer. Thanks a lot. Have a great week. We'll see you next time on our Wyoming Life.
Well done, buddy.
Good job, Jeff.